When you enter into a Miro board, the first thing that you're probably going to want to do is zoom in on a certain part of the board. Most likely this frame that's up here at the top left-hand side. So you can use this navigation device that's down here at the right. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. I will show you in a moment how to move the board around. If you're ever zoomed in on one specific place and you forget where you are in the board and the instructor pops in and you want to ask them a question, you can always use this fit to screen. And what it does is it brings you back to like the starting position. I use pinning the map because I'm very familiar with what's on each thing. That might not be useful for you. And then there's also a full screen option. Right now, I am using the trackpad on my computer. And in order for me to zoom using the trackpad, I need to do a 2-finger zoom. And this would be the same thing that you would need to do on a phone. Because both a phone and if you have a trackpad, that's what Miro senses and sets you to. Now, if I have a trackpad that's on a computer, like a touchpad, and it has clickable areas, I can click the bottom right of the touchpad and I can move the board around, moving my mouse, my finger on the trackpad, left or right. So that's how you move around with a trackpad. However, if you have a mouse, you want to come up here to the settings. You want to come down here to preferences. And you want to click navigation device. And as you can see, you have the choice of mouse, trackpad, and auto switch. I have a trackpad on my laptop and an external mouse. So I use auto switch. But let's take a look at the settings for a mouse in terms of zooming. So when you have the mouse, the first thing that you might want to do is zoom in. And what you can do is use the little rolly ball to zoom in, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using the rolly ball and pushing it upwards, and now I'm pushing it downwards or back toward me. If I want to move around, I can do that in 2 ways with a mouse. I can right-click the mouse and move the board around, or I can press on the rolly ball and also move the board around. And that's a hard press. As you can see there, I was like not pressing hard enough to get the hand, and that's how I can move things around. So again, it's this settings menu up here with preferences, navigation device, and if you're confused, if you're like, I don't really know which one's right for me, you can do this little demo if you click more info, and it guides you through what each one of these options allows you to do. But again, no matter what, sometimes I default to using this little zoom in, zoom out menu right down here.